Thank you for joining me. If you jump on, say hello. Tell me where you're watching from. I'm Althea Gobble. I'm a Saint Beauty artist. If you don't know, if you're new here, if you've not joined me on live or seen any of my tutorials or any of my shares, I'm glad that you're here. Please stick around. I'm going to be doing a quick Demi tutorial. This is, hey Katie, how are you? I'm going to wave at you. So I'm going to do a quick Demi, and this is all the colors but two things in the Angel Edit. I added in the NR, and then I added the gloss. So I just added those things. Thanks for joining in with me, guys. I'm so glad you're here. Hey. Woohoo! All right, let's do a quick Demi tutorial and just kind of sum it up and just do really quickly how I do this without going into a lot of detail, just kind of show you the process. This code for the Angel Edit is still on, still active till the end of May. So that promotion is going to end. If you hear cars going by, I'm sitting on a porch. Those things are going to end. So there's the Angel Edit is the larger one, and it's like $150 off. So that's a pretty amazing price, $150 off. So for like $140 something, you can have everything you need. This is all the stuff except I added in an NR for myself and the gloss. There's also the mini filters, and there's also, thank you. I don't even know what it is. I can't remember. The mini filters and the filter edits are also have promotional prices that are going to end at the end of May. So if you've been interested, this is the time to do it. Trust me, you can do this, guys. You got to think differently. That's it. Just think differently. That's all it is. It's not more complex. It's not more difficult. It's not more steps. You're thinking differently because there's nothing like this out there. So of course it's not going to work the same way. It's all about balancing color and allowing most of your skin to show. And trust me, there's a lot of things on my skin that I didn't think that I would be able to be allowed to not cover up. But once you go to those darkest points and balance the color, you'll be amazed how much everything just goes in the background. So this is the process. Start with toning. Toning is going to the most saturated color that's in this palette. I'm going to use the 07, and because I'm shadowy, loss of color here. So you want to go to the most saturation color. So whatever color if you need help picking one of these colors, but that's the reason why I think the bundles are the best, because it's already picked for you. It's already thought through all the process for you. But I think there's an Angel 1, an Angel 2, and an Angel 3. So this is 07. It's the most saturated orange, and I need added color. So I want to add color to the sides of my face, kind of like, I don't want to compare it to something else because it's not the same. But what happens here really quickly, using this shape brush, I am just balancing out where I do not have a lot of color. If you're very shadowy, hollow, hyperpigmentation, something just to balance the color, this is what you're doing here with toning. Ask any, like Bella Bronzer. Yeah, you can, like how you could do Bella Bronzer to warm up. The cool thing is, guys, these tins, if you bought one of these bundles, would last you over a year. Think, it's like right under $150, and that's all the makeup you would need for a year. You spend $150 at Ulta, at other cosmetic places, and you can go to any place and spend it on any kind of makeup, and you're going to spend a fortune. This would last you over a year. All right, do you see what I've done? Just that by itself, that alone. Look how it just kind of balanced and gave me some color, because I went to the most saturated color. All right, so next I'm going to sculpt just a little bit. Sculpt is also adding color, but how we do that with extra shadows and show off my features is we're going to use the opposite color. Now I chose 07 to balance and to tone my skin because of ashy, loss of color, which typically is very blue. So I'm going to use that color. The opposite of blue is orange, so it neutralizes it. So now I'm going to use an NO. Oh, I know. It really is, especially with that discount. No joke. You know, it would make me very sad, but you're not going to be reordering for a while. But I'm such a firm believer in that you'll be blown away at how long it lasts and how little you use. So here I'm just taking a little bit of the sculpt, similar to kind of like what you would do with contour, but I'm just wanting to add some extra dimension. Again, it's kind of like just balancing color, but this is a neutral color. So it's just giving me, it's balancing out those shadows. So I'm very, what I thought, pink, purple in the end of my nose, but because of large pores, this is really blue. It's because I have a loss of color, so I'm doing it right here at the end of my nose, just a little bit. See that right there already? And right in here, I have large pores, so I'm going to take just a little bit of that NO. Large pores are shadow, so I'm just balancing that shadow blue with some orange. All right, now I'm going to do cheek color. That's still part of toning, so I do not have cheek color. I have no natural flush. I'm very pale. I really envy those ladies who have natural flushing in their cheeks. If you have that, you want to use that to your advantage. Just touch a couple of hot points there and just balance it out, and it would just be, it would look as if you purposely had added cheek color. You want that natural flush look. So I need that. I don't have it naturally. So I have some choices here what I could do. I'm going to go, because I need color, I want to go to the most saturated. Saturated means a high number. So you can guess these saturated colors, they look really dark. That's what I'm going to use. And I have a couple of choices. There's in this kit, OR7, and I believe this one has got some blue in it. RV Red Violet 5. I'm going to use the 7 because it's the most saturated. Yes, it filters out large pores. I did a lady the other day, and she just was very self-conscious of her pores right here at her face. And so we used some orange, and because she had no hyperpigmentation there, she just had some large pores. And so we used like an 03, I think this one, 03, and we just kind of toned it just like I did the side of my face, toned it right there, and oh my gosh, she started crying on me because in front of me, I was shocked. It just looked like I was wiping away her pores, excuse me, and she saw it too. So it was quite amazing to watch, but it just kind of cancels out that shadow that a pore gives, and so it creates an illusion that the pore is not there. It just doesn't show off the shadow as much. Be nice if we could get rid of them, but that's impossible. So I'm going to use this OR7 because it's the most saturated and I need color in my cheeks. And so I'm just going to add a natural flush to my cheek, just about right there. And what's great about this color is it's orange and red. So I have hyperpigmentation in my cheeks, so that is green. So anything that looks like muddy, brown color, that's going to be green. So red and green cancel each other. So what's happening is this cheek color is toning down my hyperpigmentation on my cheeks, and the orange is helping the shadows of large pores and acne scars on the sides of my face. So look, I've just got a natural flush. So this is part of toning too. So one more place I like to tone, because I do have large pores and I do have hyperpigmentation there, but I don't want a lot of saturation of color there because I don't want added color. I want to take back some color. I want to take away some shadow. So I'm just going to use one of the oranges and the lighter ones, the number ones that's in this kit. Now remember, you don't have to say, oh, what color do I need? If you get the bundle, it's all selected for you. So troubleshooting is going to be very easy because there's just two colors here that have red and orange in it, and that's what I need. I need the red for the hyperpigmentation because it's green. Red and green cancel each other. And I want orange because I have shadow of pores there. So when I use that, let me see which one I want to use. Oh yeah. I'm going to use the OR1 that's in this one. And I'm just going to use this same brush. I'm going to use a small end. Now watch what happens. It like comes on you softly, guys. Like you don't realize what's happening until you're completely finished through the whole process. Now look, see how much brighter that is? And all it's doing is toning down that pigmentation. I'm like touching the tin extremely lightly and just kind of toning the hyperpigmentation and the large pores. Okay, and just a little bit on the tip of my nose. I do have about 2-3 large pores there, but I'll use one color and it magically just kind of like disappears. Now right in here, I have some large veins that really come down and just and I have no color here. So this really shows off these veins that are blue-green. So I'm going to use, I could use that same color. I could. Or if I wanted to add color because this is more fair, I could use this one. So troubleshooting is easy because I've only got 2. So I got a vein there. Let's say if I use a different color and I just use orange. Well, the orange is going to be fine. It's just going to help take out the blue. But I could also use this OR1 if I had a lot of pigmentation there for red. So troubleshooting with these bundles is super easy. So don't let it think, oh, I don't know what color goes where. You've only got a few to choose from. You're not going to miss it, okay? So that's the reason I think these bundles are a great opportunity to jump in. All right, now I am done with toning. I've done sculpt. I did a little more on my cheek. I'm going to do a little bit on my eyes, and I'm going to use the NO sculpt, and I want to use that. I also have the red in there because I'll show you in just a minute. The NR, the neutral red, all the neutrals is what we sculpt with. And all I'm doing is taking that deep recessed shadow that I have right there, and anything that's shadow, anything that looks very dark, guys, don't worry about what color it is. Just say, okay, that's very dark and it stands out from everything else. It's got blue in it. It's got blue. Now I can go into all the science why it's blue, but trust me, it's just blue. Yes, you could stop right here on a lazy day. I have ladies, that's what's cool about Demi. You don't have to do any steps together. You can skip all steps and just do one. I could just go and filter my eyes and say, I'm going to put a couple of spots here and cover up my dark circles. The ladies, one of the ladies I shared the picture the other day, Martha, that's all we did. We did a little here and add a little bit of cheek color, and it's as if you completely, because that's all she wanted. She's concerned about her dark circles. So you can do that with this product very easily because I could just tone and add a little color, a little cheek color, out the door I'm gone. You can go as far as you want, or you can do as minimal as you want with this product. The reason why is because it's not opaque. It is see-through. It's sheer. It's like staining. So, and there's no layers. You're not putting a color on top of a color. So you can do as much as you want. As much as you want. So I just took a little bit of that NO around my eyes, right in here where shadow is, and down in here where I have shadow, and it just warms it up, and it takes that orange and the shadow of my eye, and they come together because blue and orange cancel each other or neutralize each other, and makes this pretty neutral warm brown. Yes, love it, love it. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing to my lips before I start filtering, and I like the NR on my lips, and this is the reason why I have a lot of freckles around my lips, okay? So the freckles are very, very muddy, and so muddy means green. So green and red cancel each other. So I like to take a little bit and say I got too much there. When that happens, guys, don't sweat it. Take the fluffy end or tap it. The learning curve is knowing that you just take a little bit of product, like Sometimes I get too excited and dive in. Let me just go around here. If you hear cars, I have a freckly lip. I have freckles inside my lips. A lot of that is sun damage over the years because I was a bad girl, and being fair skinned, thought I could just be, 10 shades darker. All I did is turned into one big freckle. So I am trying to reverse that now. Wish I did it a long time ago. So now a lot of my lips, which makes them look chapped, and it's because I have a lot of freckles and age spots in my lips. So I have them a lot around the perimeter, and what happens is those freckles and lines around the mouth, well, you have a freckle and you have a line, which is a shadow, and you have that freckle in there, so that freckle's making that line look really, really dark. So if I can take care of that freckle and a touch of that shadow, it looks as if the line is less noticeable. That's what I love about Demi. It really helps with not showing off pores and my wrinkles. All right, so I've sculpted my lips a little bit, and I'll come back and add some color in just a moment. I could also, if I wanted to, use that NR around the perimeter of my eye too at the lash line. There's a lot you can do with that one. All right, so now I'm going to filter, and filtering is where I'm going to go to distractions, and this is where I use a lot of the 3s and the 1s. I'm not into a lot of the saturated colors because the filtering is I'm trying to take back some of the color. So anything that's very dark or a bump or whatever that has excess color right in here, just say it's got blue. If it, that's what I'm going to go to first. Okay, let's see. Can I zoom in? Yes. The lighting is probably not perfect out here on the porch, but hey, we're going to roll with it. So right here, I like to start here first, and don't worry about if you can't see the color on your face. That's the reason why I said I love these bundles, because it's figured it out for you. The rule of thumb is if it's very dark than everything else around it, this is darkest. This is darker than this. This is darker than these spots. This is darker than that. So this has got blue in it. It's got a lot of blue in it. When I get in there and say, okay, there's a blood vessel in there. It looks kind of purpley. So that's got some blue, and then it's got some purple in it. So I'm going to use the color that's in my kit that's yellow and orange. Yellow for the purple, orange for the blue. Now let's say you only thought it was blue and you put the orange on it. Let me show you. Let's say I just put a little bit of 01 on that. See how I'm not getting completely filtering out the excess color at that darkest point? Do you see that? So all I did is took care of the, let me pull that off. All I did is took care of the, with the orange, the blue, and it left the purple. So if it didn't look like I erased it away, you know, okay, I need to troubleshoot. I probably need another color. So I'm going to go to the yellow, orange, and that's what I need there. So the little bundles they have matched up for you help the troubleshooting, and you're going to shock yourself. Of all the ladies that I have that are doing the Demi, have shocked themselves how quickly they have learned their distractions and how fast they're able to do it. So do you see how I'm just only going to that dark point and I'm not going everywhere? And notice I didn't take care of all of this color right here. I want that color there. That's my natural eyeshadow. So I'm going to leave it. I just want it to where it spills out down here and makes me look more tired. So when I look at this, I've taken care of the dark points, so all of this other stuff is not as dark, but it's definitely got some shadow to it. Shadow is blue, so I know this has blue in it. But also, I don't know if it shows up on camera, I think it does. What happens is I have some freckles in here, okay? So those freckles are muddy green, and they're sitting on top of shadow. So I'm going to take care of the shadow and the freckle at the same time. The shadow, blue, the freckle is green. So I need red for the green, and I need orange for the blue. So guess what? In this bundle, and all the bundles are organized that way, I have two things to choose from. I have a red orange 3 and an OR1. I'm going to go to this one because this might be take away too much of the color. So this one has red and it has orange in it, so I can kill two birds with one stone. And I just want to take care of the dark points. I don't want to touch every little tiny thing. And you see, it's just like erasing. So if I use that other one, what will happen, it would look really white and really ashy, and that means I need more saturation of color. And I have that same color here. It's freckles and shadow where my nose divots right there. So that creates a shadow, and then there's hyperpigmentation. See that? Disappears. Okay, right here, for some reason, but I do know the reason, there's like a nerve of vessels or things that go right there. So on a lot of ladies, we're very green right here. But if you have some shadow, you definitely are blue-green. But I am definitely very green right here. See those freckles? We tend to have a lot of hyperpigmentation in that spot. So I'm going to use just red. So I have a red 1. I don't want one of these. They've got too much saturation. I don't need added color. I want to take away color. Make sense? Of course it does. I can't believe I asked that. So, you hear the cars going by. If you can't tell, like pretty much out in the country. So these faint little muddy freckles, you see when I did that, it just kind of disappears. So when I come out here, it's the same kind of thing, and it's on the top of my cheek. So it's a lot of like melasma, age spots, a lot of sun damage. And when I put this red 1 right on top of it, it just makes it a touch brighter. Look at that cheek. Love it. All right. Now I'm going to use that same red orange 3 and any dark points of hyperpigmentation. Here's one. Here's one. And it just takes a touch. And if you get too much, you just tap it with your finger. All right, do you see this vein here? So definitely this is a blue-green. Most of us are green here. And if you're very hollow, you've got some blue in it. So remember, in this bundle, it's already figured it out for me. So I'm going to use some orange there with some red. So I'm going to use that red orange 3 that I was using. And I'm just going to touch it in a couple of spots that I seem kind of dark. I don't want to travel the vein. And see that shadow? Look at it. This vein bugs me, but it's what I have. But look, I'm just going to touch the shadow. I'm not touching the vein. I'm just touching that shadow. Look, it looks like it just disappeared. Oh my God. Did you see that? I just touched what the shadow was. Crazy stuff, guys. This is crazy stuff. All right, look, I'm very shadowy there. So I want to make that a little brighter. So what color could I use? So what do you think? Let's see. Well, there is a vein there. So I'm going to just use some O3 shadow. It's where my eye sinks in. So I'm just going to put a little shadow there. Fix that shadow. Oh yeah, and then like right here, like if I'm working out, yeah, right. When I'm working out or lifting stuff, I have this big V vein right here. It's lovely. It sticks out. Now look at that. Okay, I touched it and came back and look, and it's disappeared. Do you see how that's much brighter? And what happens? It makes my wrinkles not as bad. So look right here, I have a freckle that's in a wrinkle. So now watch that wrinkle. I'm just going to touch this muddy green freckle with the red that's in this bundle. See? All I did is touch that little freckle right here. This one bugs me. But that one's very dark. Do you see how these others I was touching with red? But that one is very dark and it stands out. So if it's dark and it stands out, guys, the rule is it's got blue in it. So I'm going to use the red orange 3. And remember, don't let all these numbers I'm saying and these letters Guys, this is different. We can't compare it to anything else. But these bundles have figured it out for you. If this one didn't work and I put it on it looked funny, I know I'm going to use this one instead. Because I've only got two that's got red and orange in it. I've only got one that has red in it. I've got two that are just orange. I got two that are yellow orange. So your process of elimination is so easy and it's already figured out for you. All right, let's see. Right here, I have a healing bump. Anytime you have a healing bump or a zit, it's going to have some purple in it. So don't think it's red. Most likely it's purple. So I need the one that has yellow in it. And that's that yellow-orange one that looks like a traffic cone. Now, you see that? That means I got too much. So I tap it. Do you see how it still shows up? What does that tell me? I took away too much color. I didn't get the right one. So I just tap that off. I'm just going to use orange. So evidently that's just blue. So if you put something on there and it looked like it turned white or it stands out, then you need just to go to orange. Because that means it had shadow in it, and it did. And see, what I love about the Demi with a bump like that or anything is it's not adding extra texture. Here, see that blue? I have large pores there. So I'm just going to tap that blue, that orange on there. I love it. All right, now look, this is something I love to do with Demi. See, when I talk, I have a lot of extra shadows. So, watch this. So this one right here, I'm just going to take a little bit of orange in that shadow. Just a little. Do you see that? Compare. Look, watch. Did y'all see that? Please tell me you saw it. See this? What gravity does to us? So I'm just going to take a little orange and put it right there. Just a tap. Look at that. It's definitely knocked down the shadow. And that's a good thing. Now I have broken capillaries in here. See, I've learned where my colors are because the bundles make it so easy. I wish I had the bundle when it first came out, because it makes it, I didn't have to, the troubleshooting is so easy. Here I'm just using some yellow orange. I got too much product. That's what it looks like when you get too much. It's okay. I'm just going to grab it, come up here and pick it up and put it on these capillaries down here. So anything that looks like a raspberry color, you might live in the country if oh, okay, so you see this is very purpley. It looks red. You would say it's red, but most likely red on your skin that you think you have a lot of red is most likely it's got to be super hot fire engine red for it to be true red. All right, guys, look. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this. All right, I'm almost done. I was trying to time myself. I'm doing good so far. Right here, this spot bugs me. So it's green. So I need red, and it's darker than everything else. So it has some blue in it. So I use my red orange 310. That's my best friend in this bundle for these little types of things on my face. So a lot of my age spots that I have that are very dark, that's the 110 I use. It's the one that works for all of them. So all of these bundles that are the Angel 1, the Angel 2, and the Angel 3, see, that's an acne scar. Did you see that? That's just an acne scar, and I just tapped a little bit, and it has a freckle inside of it, which makes it appear even darker. So I just touched the little center part of it. Crazy stuff, guys. Now these are freckles that make a line on my face, so it looks like a wrinkle. I mean, I could sit here. I'm just wanting to do a little bit right here on top of my cheek like I did over here, because watch what happens. It makes my cheek a little brighter. with this red one. I'm touching those fainter freckles. I don't need orange on those because they're not as dark as the ones right over here. So I use the red one, and look what it did to my cheek. My gosh, look. Love it. All right, I'm gonna go take care of this hyperpigmentation here. Go back to my color that's my best friend, red, orange, 3, and I'm just tapping it right in there. And then this is just a shadow, so I'm just gonna use an orange one. Now look, that's what it looks like when you get too much product. Don't sweat it. And if you can still see it and it looks kind of ashy, then you got the wrong color. So you say, okay, wait a second, I might need the 03 instead of the 01. And that looks good. I love it. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing I did over here. Don't they look, that's what I think too. After I do Demi, it makes them look airbrushed. And I have acne scars, guys. I have a lot of hyperpigmentation, large pores, and Demi really helps cancel a lot of that. It's just kind of diffuses because this is all about light. This is all it is. How light is going on my skin and hitting all the shadows. Look at that. Oh my gosh. All right, so see that I have these freckles over here just like I did there, and they're not as dark, so I don't need orange. So I'm going to use red because most of the time freckles are green and muddy. Muddy. Did I say that right? Okay, guys. And look, I have, see how this is like it's an old bump, is a scar, and it's healing still. So it looks pink. So that's not really pink, that's more purple. So I'm going to use yellow orange on that. So anything that looks kind of raspberry, like a broken capillary kind of thing, that's got purple in it. So, and see that little dark point? That means it's not covering it when I tapped it, so that means I need more orange. So watch when I touch it. Get out! Gosh! Stuff is crazy. So I'm just, okay, here's my little trick. I get excited, guys. All right, so I have a large pore there. So I'm going to take a little bit of 03, got too much, into that large pore. I have one on the end of my nose that bugs me. So I'm going to stick that 03 and dust it away. Okay. Dang it. This is so cool. So I'm just touching. I have about 4 large pores that bug me, and I just touch inside of it. Done. Now I'm going to do my lips, and I'm completely finished. No setting. Don't need any setting with it. You can do as little or you can do as much as you want. So now I love doing the lips. So like I said, I have some dark points on my lips which make them look chapped. So what I'm going to do is use a little bit of the orange 3. I could play around with a lot of these. And I'm just going to touch that dark point right on my lip. I have one right here that stands out. Like no matter what lipstick I put on, these dots show up, and I typically don't see them until I take a picture and I see it. So I have a lot of dark points, and it makes my lips look chapped. See, that's more even. Now I need added color. So I have a lot of blue and hyperpigmentation. You got a little room to play here with lips. So there's like 3 colors here. I could use the red one. That's going to take away too much color. I definitely need saturation because I need added color. If you already have good enough of color in your lips and you just want to like dusting, go for it. But I need added color. You know, I need it. The older we get, the more color that we lose in our lips and our face. So I want one of these, and I've got room to play. So I'm going to use this one. This is the RV red, violet, and I'm just going to dust it. Now, guys, let me tell you something. I'm shocked how long this stays on your lips because you're not putting it on lipstick. It's not covering everything, so it doesn't pull itself around on your on the skin. I'm just dusting it. Okay, now for fun, here's a little trick I learned. I'm going to take the 01. No, I'm actually going to change my mind. I want to use the OR1, so that I could use either one. See, there's room to play. I want the red for the hyperpigmentation, and I want the orange for the lines around my lips. So watch, I'm going to take just a little. I've already sculpted them a little bit, and I'm just going to wiggle a little bit of that 01 into those freckles. OR1, I'm sorry. Yes, and I agree with you, Katie. And the other thing I love about it is the longevity that it has. See, I have a lot of lines around my lips, but I mean, heck, it's gonna happen. But the freckles show them off, and I have like a large pore there. Nice, isn't it? And so it's got a freckle inside of it. I figured that out because when I put I thought it was just a shadow. When I put the just the orange in there, it just looked funny, but that means I had something else, another color in there, and I used this color, so that means there's a freckle inside of that pore showing up. Okay, so all I'm doing is hitting areas where a lot of us have melasma around our mouth right here. That a lot comes from acids from the mouth and everything working on the skin. I have wrinkles. I could just go all day, but we don't want to do that. You don't have to touch everything on your face. So I'm completely finished, guys. Look, this is 75% of my skin is exposed, and you see nothing on my skin. You see no product. This looks like it's my skin, and it's not. You saw me put it on. But it just kind of fools the eye to think, oh my gosh, that's her skin. It's not. It's just, and you feel nothing, and it lasts hours and hours and hours all day. 24 hours if you wanted it to, if you want to stay up that long. And I added in the lip balm. Or the gloss. It's called gloss. And there's another one that's balm. It's not as glossy. Then I like to take it and put it right on that cheek to give you that ooh. So this is kind of like maybe illuminator, but we don't. See that? So there's a balm and the gloss. Yes, they do. I'm telling you, it works wonders to help, because I have a lot. I mean, I have lines and all of that goes right up in here, and that helps a whole lot. And putting that orange in some shadows. So, all done, guys, all done. All right, guys, by the end of May, the promotion's gone. This is the time. Here, let me take this out. I don't even have it in the Demi Compact because I don't have that size that they put it in for you. But here's all the colors in that. So you don't have to go like, oh my gosh, so many colors. Which one do I choose? You don't have to. They picked it for you. This is Angel Edit 2 for medium skin tone. I am pretty fair, but I have a lot of hyperpigmentation, age spots. So I wanted that extra level to help filter those out. Hey, Montana. Oh my gosh, Montana! There's Camille. What are you doing? Oh my god. There it is. Hey, how are you, Montana? I mean, Camille. So these bundles, guys, right here, this is for the 2. This is for the medium skin tone. I know I'm pretty fair, but I have a lot of hyperpigmentation, so I wanted those level 3s to filter out. And if you're very fair, I think the Angel 1 is great for the very, very fair, not a lot of pigmentation on your skin, not a lot of issues. Go with the 1. And if you're medium to dark, go with the 3. So this is the time to try Demi. It's pretty amazing, and telling you would not, it's going to make me very sad, but you won't be ordering for about a year because it'll last you forever. All right, guys, thank you for jumping on. Camille, I'm so glad you jumped on if you're still here. All right, you have any questions about Demi? You want to be color matched, go to yes.outtherematchme.com. I have more tutorials in my feed. You can go jump on there. You have any questions about the artist program, about what I do, I would love to send you some information about it, because trust me, you don't need any experience. If I can learn something new, completely new, I know you can too. So just let me know. I'd love to share with you. And I appreciate you jumping on here with me. Y'all have a great evening.